Like and share. I don't think I've said that in a very long time. Or you could off. I don't know which way. I don't know to tell you to do it or not.
We need a off button.
Psychologically speaking, people are fucking weird. So I guess do whatever you want. It'd be cool though if you liked and shared.
It's your world.
Yeah. And comment it maybe.
Yeah. Oh man, avoid prison. That's bad times.
Yeah, I did 2 stints.
I'm trying to do my third.
Don't make me catch another charge.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wildly Uninteresting Podcast, episode 164.
5.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I was thinking. I thought last time it was 164.
I'm just playing 165. 5.
5.
We appreciate you joining us. My name is Adam. That's Sarah. That's Ian.
Hi.
And this is the Wildly Uninteresting Podcast. You would think that the name speaks for itself, but if I have to explain it, I will. This is a podcast, and you're probably not going to learn much of anything from this, but it is cool to sit here, talk shit, and hang out. So if that's what you're about, if you're like riding to work and you're just zoning out and you fucking hate your life or your boss or whatever, this is a great podcast for you.
Join us.
Yeah.
You know, if you're coming home from a family event and you're like, I fucking can't stand this, then you probably want to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
We talk shit about a lot of that. I'm just joking. I don't really know what we are, actually, but that's cool. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing? How you doing, man? I just seen you yesterday, so it's not like I can't even say, like, how's the weather? Because I know how that is.
You know, we went to Richard and Terry's for trick-or-treating there.
Oh,
And,
I didn't know that.
you
That's
know,
awesome.
they live next door to Chris, you know, that I worked with.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, we're going to go next door. I'm going to show him my kid. And they were like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, dude.
They're weird. And I was like, I know, but that's why I like him. And they were like,
No, like weird.
weird.
Yeah.
And then I realized that they had a piece of wood for a front door instead of a door. And I was like, yeah, we'll just not go.
You didn't even take the kid over there to get.
No.
I wouldn't trust the candy for sure.
They didn't show me pictures, but they said they don't use toilet paper. They use shreds of T-shirts.
Get out of here.
Like old school diapers.
Oh, yeah, and
So-
then you wash them.
Yeah, with that being the case, I was like,
So they're different. They're not even like they're going to touch your kid weird. They're just like weird.
yeah, they're just weird. Living old school about it. It's like Amish without the pristine nature of things.
Have you had an encounter yet where you like encountered somebody around the child or whatever and you got real suspicious about like, you look like you're probably going to touch kids. So we're going to walk away now.
No.
Not in a store, not in, you know, or maybe, I don't know, do child molesters
Maybe
even
I
like
just don't
present
pay
themselves?
attention. I don't know.
I would assume they
They're just in
do.
the shadows.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's
got it.
not like I take my eye off of him.
Yeah.
I just sit him in a shadow and wait.
Yeah.
See if
gonna
I can
catch one
draw
of
them
these.
out.
Trying to bring one out. Come on
Yeah.
out of the woodwork, bitch.
I swear, with the way everything is nowadays, everybody that we said like, oh, your baby is so pretty or whatever it is, I'd be like, are you trying to fuck my kid? I know, I've been trying to get it.
It moved to
good.
the other one.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's gone now, I
Well,
think.
keep it in your pants there.
Yeah, back the fuck up.
You trying to suck his dick?
Get a prison charge over here. Yeah, I think I'd be real aggressive with the comments.
I might be able to use that to get discounts in stores, though.
What, my baby got his dick sucked
No,
to
it's
give
like,
me 15%
Hey, whoa, you
off.
trying to suck my kid's dick? I want to talk to your manager.
right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry. No, he was not trying to suck his dick. Here's half off your purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
They would.
That's good.
I feel like anybody would immediately back way off of that. Like nobody wants to be perceived as that, so they'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'm fucking out of here."
And then if the manager won't give me a discount, oh, you trying to suck it too?
Shit, you might have a whole franchise after that, like a whole store to yourself. Damn.
That'd be nice. And you looked at my wife's boobs. What is this?
Yeah, man.
Which one are you into?
This guy doesn't care about age.
That'd be difficult, man. I don't know how I could walk around in the world with my child. I'd be looking at everybody like that.
Yeah.
Women, children, men. Women?
All
Other
women.
I mean, as long as
More
they're
men.
not trying to exclude me from the act, I don't care. Just bring me in on it.
Oh, fuck.
That was good.
You can take that to the bank.
That's difficult. Yeah, that is stressful.
Take that to the bank.
Yeah, man. I don't know. We've talked about like me having a kid. I think I'd be overbearing anyways. And then you add the rest of the world to that, and oh god, I wouldn't want to be my kid. I don't think. I'd be like, I'd probably run away from myself if I was my own kid. You know.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't enjoy that. But maybe not. Maybe I'd have it and I'd be like, well, fuck it. You know.
He keeps me locked up and makes me watch his YouTube videos.
Every day I'm gonna like, make the kid watch our podcast. Like, watch this and learn.
That's it. They
Will
never
shit.
There'll be a test.
Yeah.
never gets to watch anything else except this podcast.
Yeah.
Finally
You
gets out
wanted-
of the house and is like, oh, there's other shit out there. What's wrestling?
You wanted entertainment? You got it.
We talked about wrestling in episode 17.
Yeah.
That shows you didn't listen.
Get the ruler out. Of my hands. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact of like doing things like the birthday that you did yesterday and things, I think would annoy the fuck out of me too, though. But I'm an easily annoyed guy. I'd be like, ugh. Because there's like, I don't want to do much of anything anyways. I feel like the older I get, I want to do less.
I mean, Casper put everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn
She
it,
showed
man.
up. I
She
carried
always
the
on the
kid
move.
downstairs. Yeah.
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 Because, she's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'd been in charge of his birthday party, it would have been at the house.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been any decorations.
Couple
and
of
there would have
cupcakes.
been about 10 people there.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's how I feel like it would be with me. Sarah, like, I don't even know if we would have had a wedding without Sarah. Like, mine would have been in the backyard. Like, well, we can just go to the courthouse, right?
Yeah.
I tried to include him, and he was like, I don't know. Just whatever. And
loved
unfortunately, he did. He wanted to get married at a specific place, but it was like
It was
crazy
stupid.
expensive. So the
Yeah.
one thing he had an opinion on, we didn't get to do.
I think
I've always
I'm the
felt
one
bad
that,
about that.
my second pick was that Cows building, the old Cows building in Indiana. Like, I picked that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't really have much to do with the
I like how
rest
your
of it.
second choice was still fucking expensive.
I know it. You know,
The
all right.
other
Princess
place-
Ashby over here.
yeah. Check this out. Here's what is a weird thing about it. Aside from like doing it at the house or at a venue that is not specifically for weddings. You know what I mean? Some people do them at like
Yeah.
VAs or
Yeah.
concert hall type shit. Dude, marriage, I think anything like having a child, marriage, all these things that we all do, we all feel the need, necessity like to do, right? They have exploited the shit out of every aspect of it. So if you go to a venue that does weddings, you have to buy all their vendors' food and their vendors' drinks. And so it's a racket, man. Like
Yeah.
most
Of course
places
it's a
are a racket. Yeah,
That's what-
all of those.
His like number one choice for place.
There's the White House lawn.
Yeah.
You knew it.
The cost of Kai's, included like the food and the decorating. They put everything up and then they break it all down. You just show up. You don't have to do
Drink,
anything.
Everything, yeah.
But the other place, it was like that price for just the building. And then you had to rent tables and chairs and use their
From
vendors.
their vendors,
and,
yeah.
Do you remember how much it was for just the place?
I think it was like 15,000.
Ah.
Yeah.
How much was Kai's with everything?
don't
Closer
actually-
to 10 to 12
I was thinking 12.
for everything.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
For everything.
was everything.
And like
Price is
open
Right.
bar. Then like the photo thing, and they send you home with photos and shit. Like they included, and they were fucking fantastic. Like
Yeah.
they treated us like great. But
It was odd. They kept asking me about things. I'm like, I just figured y'all would do that. And he's like, no, it's up to you. I was like, oh, I don't know. I've never had this type of power. I don't know.
I don't even know what to do with it. But no,
Hey, a camel.
it's upsetting. Which I think they still do weddings at the building, but they sold that building, and it upsets me because it was I don't know how they might have just sold because some people sell when they get to a certain age, But it would upset me if they failed as a company because if so, either people hate quality are people are unwilling to pay for quality, or they were terrible with handling money.
If I remember correctly, because I read a thing about it, was Kai, the chick, was just done. She just didn't want to do
yes.
it anymore.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably had some like wild parties there though. They would host like U of L parties and shit for the players and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah.
I wonder if they ever had any presidents.
No.
You don't know.
No.
Probably like colleges.
Absolutely not. President of colleges. Is that the president of all the colleges over there? Dean Witter.
For all the colleges.
No, it is so. And then when you start breaking that down into its like in smaller and smaller units, right? The racket of what life is in general, almost everything, Ian, that I ever come into contact with is a fucking racket.
Like bullshit.
Yeah, any product you buy, you can't get the information you need to like fix it, depending on where you are in the world. Things like that, and you have to like say you buy a specific brand of car, like unless you go like yours and newer, they have put like computers in those that have to be calibrated through the company, so you can replace it yourself. But you have to go through them to get it calibrated and all this shit. So most things in life, that insurance, like you name it, are all rackets. They found a way to exploit you for as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're ensuring that the economy will stay in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
You think it's what it's
Well,
for?
I mean,
It's not about greed at all.
no, it's definitely about greed. But the greed is the motivator for ensuring that the economy remains.
Because no one gives a fuck about the economy.
But you know, if people decided, oh, I'm to the point where I can do everything for myself. I'm gonna grow my own shit. I can work on my own car.
Yeah.
The economy drops.
Yeah.
But if you have to go to them, the economy remains.
They
Yeah,
keep it
dude.
And the
moving.
greed is filled.
That greed monster. That's why it baffles me, because I'm the type of person who wants to cut out the middleman and try to fix and do myself. And if I buy a product, I want to be able to fix it. Like, if I buy something,
I
like...
was thinking about you when I said that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If there's just a whole world of atoms, the economy would tank.
That's so. Here's a great example and something that's still. I mean, okay, I hate to bring it up again because I probably always bring it up to Sarah, but it fucking drives me insane. I'm insane about it. So you remember the good days, right? When you could go to a store and you bought a VHS or a DVD or whatever time period it was.
Right.
You bought that thing and then you took it home and that was yours to have. And for, here until the lifespan of the whatever they make it out of, magnetic strips inside the CD or whatever,
Right.
it was yours to own and have, right?
Yeah.
Well, now, and this is on everything. I mean, I got looking into it. It's crazy. We bought that season of Grey's Anatomy. I was looking for the physical property, but after a certain season, they switched to this digital streaming age, right?
Yeah.
You can't buy physical copies of anything anymore unless it's pirated, right?
Right.
But they'll have like an app and you have to watch through their app. So you can download it onto your computer to watch offline, but you have to go through their app to encode the video.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild to me. And nobody cares. Nobody's like
Nobody.
fucked up about it.
It's weird. That's what's weird to me is that everyone's just like, I'm cool with not owning this.
Well, not enough people are on board with it yet. Like, people don't realize what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once they do, they're like, what the fuck? But also,
Then
I
it's
feel
too
like
late, right?
streaming is kind of dulling people caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like what the hell you were talking yesterday, maybe. Where it's like, oh, if I can't stream it, I mean, was that you?
I don't
Do
know.
I just talk to people
No,
and
no.
think they're you?
Yeah, you were talking to the group with it was Danner, Couch, and them,
Yeah.
and I was taking pictures at that time, so I did hear the conversation.
Well, it's like the
though.
idea of, if I can't find it streaming, I'm just not going to watch it. Mm-hmm. And, that's kind of how people are. But there's enough there's enough to choose from in terms of streaming, where people don't really give a shit
Yeah.
if they own things. And I mean, most of the people that I talk to in my life, they don't own shit. I'm like, hey, how many movies you got? I don't know, maybe 1 or 2. What the fuck?
Like actual movies.
Yeah. And then that'll kind of leave a market open for true movie not entrepreneurs. What is the thing? What is the word?
Yeah.
Connoisseurs.
Connoisseur.
Movie connoisseurs.
Enthusiasts. I like that one,
Enthusiasts,
too.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah.
So, they'll still have the people buying the discs, but the discs will then, instead of being like $5 or $6, it'll go back to the time when you buy a movie and it's like, oh, it's like $30. What the
Right.
fuck?
Yeah.
But that'll be fine because then you'll own it.
Right.
And then
It just
that'll be
depends.
fine.
I
It'll just be
think
more targeted demographic or whatever.
Yeah. And
Hopefully.
I think though that they have there's you can still do you can buy movies and shit like that, right? Yeah. That's not out of the picture, but soon enough, believe this, that's going to, like, this is like a sub whatever. It's like a test before they actual move through of all digital all the time, right? Yeah. But, I told Sarah, just like there's kids that are raised now that were born after 9/11. Like, they have no clue. And even people right at 9/11, they just don't know the world before shit got real. You know what I mean?
It shows that 9/11 failed.
Right, no shit.
Yeah.
Did it?
If it had
The wave wasn't
succeeded,
big
then
enough.
there wouldn't be any kids born.
Yeah. Failures. No, they so when there's kids that are being raised today, like, that are never going to buy a DVD in their life. They'll never even see their parent buy another DVD because they'll stream the rest of their life. Yeah. And as much as they amped up that whole "you'll own nothing and be happy," it is actually that is the warning. Like, we don't own our vehicles anymore. We don't own our houses anymore. We're always in burden to
Someone.
the landowner, if you will.
Yeah. Sure, you can use it till I want it back.
Till
Till I want it back. Yeah. Till shit gets real, and then I'm taking that.
Now I'm
like
going to
into
raise
that.
prices.
Oh yeah.
For sure. You can pay double what you're paying now, or you can move the fuck out.
I can't afford this. Well, tough shit.
Yeah.
It's like people don't realize, like, the way the housing market is going up currently is not the same exactly, but it's pretty close to 2008, 2009. So they gave out all these loans, and then there's two things. Either people were having a hard time paying them back, or they were paying minimum payments at the time because a lot of people were losing their job. The economy was kind of dog shit. Yeah. And then, so the banks were like, no, we'll have none of this. We're not gonna fail. So we want the entire payment, or we need you to, pay a certain amount. Well, when the people couldn't because of the jobs and everything else and the bubble popping, they were like, all right, we'll foreclose. We'll take it back, right? And then turned around and sold it for like nothing, pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
And so the question is, like, that can happen at any time with things you don't own. If you don't physically have it and own it, and even then, Samsung can, like, remotely turn your phone off. Any electronic company can remotely turn your shit off.
Yeah.
So where do you go with that? Like, do we actually own anything at this point?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
That's odd to think about. I remember when ownership was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sought after, but
We own our truck. Well, we own all of our vehicles.
that's
But
one
that's,
thing. Yeah,
I feel like most people get loans and stuff to buy their vehicles.
yeah, but they love catching people in vulnerable positions. They're like they give them shitty pay and then a shitty job and then a shitty health because of whatever area code they're from,
And
then they're
shitty
like,
interest rate on their car loans and shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure,
Yeah, you
we'll
can-
let you borrow this.
Yeah, you can drive, but that's
Oh.
all you can buy.
And you're paying us 10% interest
Good
on
luck
that.
eating food, bitch.
Yeah, and I mean, and then you have insurance companies that work with those companies to sell you this irrelevant thing that, half the time doesn't pay out and, little to nothing,
Yeah.
They don't back you up. And then they exclude things. Nowadays, it's crazy what you go and look at your policy from, whenever you got into the workforce. What was, 2008 or so? I'm not sure. Yeah. So you get in the workforce, then go back and look at your benefits, and then you look at it now, and they're like, they've excluded so much but people born now and younger people getting into, they'll never know how good it was back in the day. And we always talk about, romanticize the past, but quite literally, it's better than it. It's better back then for ownership's sake than it is now. Now it's kind of, we run that close race where they're always have the hand around the neck just waiting to fucking choke you out, you know? Yeah. It's fucking wild to me. It's scary a little bit when you don't own shit.
What are you afraid of losing?
Everything. That's the problem.
I feel like mostly the house and the land, like, which could go at any time, and I realize that. I learned that in prison, like, I got comfortable in a jail cell one time, right? Super comfortable. Loved the guys that I was around. They made the days go by quicker. We fucked around to, 3, 4 in the morning and shit, It was just like, everything was comfortable. Nobody had to worry about anybody.
Block 7.
Yeah. We had a good time. And then one day, dude, it fucking wrecked me. I was in there for months, dude. And one day they were like, oh, pack your shit up. And I was like, what the fuck? What'd I do to who fucking, whatever, like, they tell on you, they do whatever. Yeah. And they laughed at me and they were like, do you think anything's permanent here? Like, we can move you at any time. And I'm like, oh, shit. And it sucked. But
don't think we didn't catch you buzzing.
Yeah, no shit, bro. Got his ass.
Yeah, that's how it is. You can't have people too comfortable in there. Otherwise, they're not going to learn their lesson.
Right.
Fucking dicks. I think we should just burn down all the prisons.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
Maybe let the people out first, but...
I was wondering, but I was just going to let it be.
I don't know. We'll give them a 2-day warning.
Yeah, if you're not out, you're going down with the ship.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
That's...
I'd be cool with that.
When Katrina happened in New Orleans, they have that prison that... Or I think it's just a jail, but it doesn't matter either way. But
Still a cage.
Yeah. They fucking, like, the guards and shit dipped. And they left him in there for days, and then let him out, and then sat him on a bridge in the hot ass summer sun for fucking days, barely fed him and shit. And I'm like, I get that they're criminals, but they're still human beings.
Yeah, well, and plus it's a jail, so maybe they're not.
I know.
Maybe they're not
criminals.
Oh yeah.
You're not convicted. Yeah,
you are
absolutely
suspected of doing this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You just don't have enough money to get out, so fuck you.
And then
shut up and wait, maybe criminal.
And then much like 9/11 and the people of New York, they did a bunch of shady shit in order to make the people of New York feel like it was necessary to have this like patriotism where, don't sue the government. It's the, these people in Iraq or Afghanistan, which it wasn't, that, did it to you, not us and shit.
Did it to you.
Yeah. And they're like, America and shit. And then, but the fact about that was that if everybody who was injured or had health problems from it and everything, if everybody sued the state, would have gone broke. They would have bellied up in no time. There wasn't, and they knew that. So how do you do that? You mitigate it, and then you tell them that there's some big purpose they have, and to make this terrible situation mean something.
Yeah.
What are you, an American? What are you, a conspiracy theorist? They fucking do that. So you turn us against each other. It's unfair,
Of course, it's unfair.
And
the alternative is you'd have to be an official spokesperson against the government.
Yeah, but then what do you look like?
I'm a self-proclaimed. Yeah, we should do that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But then, you'd be nothing in like a week.
Yeah, well, and I think just from day one of being self-proclaimed,
we saw the ads. God damn. Yeah, we saw the ads. You're done for. Oh, come on, man. I was just playing.
Yeah.
I'm really on your side.
I swear, all the time I think about how many people it would take to actually to move in that way, right? Like, not technically rise up or overthrow anything or anybody or take away any white people's money, but just like what would it take to rise up as a people? How many exactly have to rise up? Because look, it was always weird, and I might have brought this up before. It's been 165 episodes. I'm not sure if I did, but you have let's just say 3,000 prisoners in a certain jail that you've locked up. On any given shift, how many guards do you think they got?
12.
I was gonna say 7.
Yeah, it's how many ever floors you have in that jail?
Let's just say 12.
Yeah.
You'll have like,
Fuck you.
depending on the size. Now, I'm not saying like I know averages and all this shit. I'm just
there's
saying
like one for each block.
Yeah, each not even each block, but each floor that may have, like in Louisville, you had 10 blocks per floor, or anywhere between 5 and 10. Depending on which part of the jail you were in. And then let's say you have somebody at the big handles, but in Indiana was always weird. You have somebody at the big handles, and then you had like one guard per side, because at the time you all had 2 sides in Floyd County, and then you had maybe 2 at the front desk, at any given time. And it baffled me. I'm like, do you know how easy it would be? But that's how they get you, though.
Why
It's
are we
mentality.
all sitting here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are we allowing this, pseudo-government microcosm of people tell us what is right and what is wrong? Like, how do they know?
I feel like Attica is why.
Oh, yeah.
Because nothing
I
will
don't
happen.
understand.
Well, they're like, the prisoners were like, we want
Better
these
treatment.
conditions. We want better treatment. It was
They
all
weren't even
very-
asking to
It was
get out,
all
right?
reasonable. Yeah. They just wanted, to be treated with respect and not like animals and, a couple other
Hmm.
things. Everything went fine. And then at the end of it, they come in and just fucking kill as many people as they could, even though they weren't doing anything except sitting there and trying to have conversations with the other side to improve their conditions.
Oh.
And they
They
just,
handled them rough,
yeah,
man.
they did
Yeah.
some really terrible shit to them.
When was this? Ooh. I mean,
When did they?
60s,
70s?
Oh, I was gonna say 74. Let's see.
Yeah, sure. That's and
that's close enough.
Yeah.
they stripped all their fucking clothes off and shit, and they just handled them, man. It was it's rough, and I get that, and I don't know, I don't understand that, because if you're not asking to get out, hurting anybody or whatever, and you're just demanding, you treat us better while we're in prison.
71.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's right there. That's not a bad ask. When you're like, look, we're willing to sit here in your bitch ass jail or prison. You must treat us a little bit better.
Yeah.
We're not asking, fucking rainbows, butterflies, pillow.
They still, though, call it a riot. It was not a riot at all.
Yeah.
I mean, they took control of the jail or whatever, but they were all being very reasonable. Yeah,
It's much like,
got crazy.
I don't believe, I don't know. I don't know what the definition of it, but what do they always call January 6th? It's insurrection.
Oh, insurrection. Yeah.
I don't know what insurrection means, I guess, is what I'm asking. Do you know what an insurrection is?
I thought it was bugs coming back from the dead.
Yes. Insectrection. Oh, it's a bug with a boner.
Yeah. Bug with a boner.
Bug with a boner.
I don't know how to properly explain what it is. It's like trying to overtake the government. Yeah.
It's like an uprising.
yeah.
Okay, well, then that is, by definition, I suppose, what they were trying to do. I guess they weren't trying to overthrow the government entirely. They were just trying to overthrow
Overthrow
an
an
election.
election.
Yeah, which is a government process, right? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
a violent uprising against an authority or government. That's unfair, though. Because, look, okay, in your Constitution gives you the right to rise up against a tyrannical government, right?
Yeah.
Who decides if it's the government? Can't
government.
decide if they're a tyrannical government. It would have to be the people. So, I mean, they had quite a bit of people there, right? And they could have done massively great things for themselves and others.
Yeah.
I feel like it was handled kind of a little messed up.
Well,
but
I think the idea of that is it's just the word violently.
yeah.
They weren't violent.
Yeah.
You know, I'm apt to agree with that, and yeah. Definitely.
Maybe that's it. They
I
were
was just
doing
saying, yeah, there's no-
things that aren't allowed,
Yeah.
but they weren't violent.
And nobody was killed due to physical harm or injury. It was because a heart attack, a
one
gentleman
chick
had a
got
heart
shot.
attack. Yeah, but that was on
that was the gun's fault.
insurrection side. That was on
But-
the protesters' side.
Does it matter what their intention was? If their intention was to be violent, I mean, there was discussion of, taking out different people, so
Yeah.
it didn't happen.
Well, see, and this is where like a big argument comes because you have people that were on site, right? That they have identified and have went forward through that were literal like Nazis. They believed that they
Yeah.
had the shirts, they had tattoos, they had the fucking shit to prove it. And then you have those people that are, I think that they muddied the waters, you know what I mean? So they were like, oh shit, this protest is happening, we're gonna go and we're gonna try to, kill people. But I think the people who honestly put it into place, like the ideal was pure at heart. But when you add in Nazis and neo fucking
Right.
white
I mean-
nationalists and shit, like
But does that matter? Because I mean, if you are starving and you steal a loaf of bread, they're not like, oh well, we won't charge you because the intention was good. You're just trying to eat.
right,
Like
and
you
that's
still
the-
broke the law.
Yeah, but see, I think that that's the bad part about the American mindset in general is like we don't take anybody's backstory into account. Like, when like you said,
Right.
the loaf of bread, it's baffling. Like you'll go and see people locked up for, it seems minor, and then you like say them personally and you know what they're dealing with, and it's like we can't think black and white anymore. It's not. We talk about that all the time. And I have a hard time with it because I'm always like, well, fuck this. I get all like emotional real quick.
Right.
And it takes Sarah like interjecting one comment. I'm like, fuck. Now I got to go back and think about it over the,
And
like
bitch
2 or 3
always
days.
making me think.
Yeah. And I think one of our greatest downfalls is this black and white mentality
Yeah.
that just needs to be thrown out.
Yeah.
It's not black and white.
Yeah, life is a
unfortunately.
little muddy.
Also, I said this to Mike last night is
Indiana Mike.
Indiana
Mike.
Mike.
is on with that, and then with the Epstein list because that's not a fucking conspiracy theory. It's there. They ain't gonna release it, but it's there. It's the same reason for like the Ghislaine Maxwell's court case being private, right? And then they lock the all the shit up. It's give me all the footage. Give me all the information. Give me all the footage. Give me all the. I don't give a shit if it's good, bad, indifferent, fucked up, whatever. Is my government involved? Is it not involved? Like,
Give me the choice to see the shit and
Yes.
make the decision for myself.
I'm tired of this like fucking PC style. Like, we're only gonna give them what we think they need
Yeah.
to enhance our narrative.
Well,
Put it that way.
I mean, look at like UFOs. Forever they've said it's too much for the American people to handle. We
Yeah,
just
but we've
couldn't
been wanting
possibly
it.
understand, even though there were so many of us out here. Like we know it's true, so
Yeah.
just fucking tell us. And they finally tell us after all this, just like hoopla, like they can't fucking handle it.
Yeah.
And everything's fine.
We're all good.
What did they think was going to happen?
Well,
I
they
don't
had to
know.
wait until the world was more fucked up.
Right?
So that we'd be
Aliens
like,
ain't
"Oh,
shit.
Aliens, whatever.
Yeah, they did drop that.
It's the adrenochrome sucking vampires we have to worry about now.
Absolutely. Be on guard, man. It that is weird to me. And it makes you wonder, like, what are they fucking doing in the background? Why are they telling us about aliens? We know. Why is it? I got a question. We always, like, the people who think about UFOs and shit like that, we're always fringe until the government produces paperwork or proof that, oh, no, it's real. We've just lied to, keep peace, whatever. Like, why does it take a government authority figure to tell us, and then we're like, oh, we're justified?
Because it
Now I
carries
got it.
weight.
I know, that sucks though, right?
Yeah, of course it sucks. But, that's the way it is with most people.
How often do you make a decision that does not need to be backed up by any, what is that, approval or, whatever? Like, what is it when somebody notices what you did? It's not like they notices your achievement
I
or
know,
your accomplishment or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be recognized.
You just do things for the sake of you doing them.
Right.
Yeah.
How often do you do that
I'm my
daily
own
or-
approval committee. Yeah.
For sure. I got 12 people in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I have the burden of thinking I'm better than everybody. So, yeah, I'm just out here living whatever.
It doesn't matter what you do. You're like, yeah, totally.
They could say, hey, you're 100% wrong here. Well, prove it.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Please
Back that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. I can see that. Yeah.
I wrote ourselves, not ourselves. Ourselves.
That feels
So-
more wintry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Accept that.
I think I deal
Getting
with
ready for the season.
Yeah.
fuck this season. I'm so fucking tired of
This is
seasons.
fall, bitch.
know.
It is
Would
the
you-
best season.
Would you
No,
rather
fall's
it be
great.
110 degrees and sticky?
I know. I want the in between. Why didn't God
He
figure
wants
that
to be
one out?
sticky. Look at him.
Yeah.
Technically, this is the in between.
Oh no, I know. I'm
Yeah.
saying I know what's to come. Like Sunday, I know tomorrow's Monday. If I'm depressed all Sunday, I can't even enjoy it. I don't live in the present because the present sucks. Because the future is always one day away.
It never comes.
No.
Yeah.
That's fucking depressing.
I still just look at every day as one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a hard time. I asked Sarah that the other day. I was like, which I think is a lot like childhood shit and all that. Beyond the point is I have a hard time. I don't think I've ever lived in the. I don't think I know how to live in the present. I'm always trying to like. I don't feel like I accomplish enough. Don't feel like I'm doing enough, and I'm always like, well, maybe by next week I'll have it done, or I can't wait until said time or whatever. And I've done that since I've been a kid, like trying to get away from things, and are trying to obtain a certain thing to get away from certain things.
You need to stop looking at life like a movie and look at it as an unlimited TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about the end.
I don't know, man.
It's Grey's Anatomy. It'll never stop.
It's Grey's Anatomy.
And if it ever does, we riot.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Keep
Kill
Grey's
'em all.
on, or
We're
I
gonna
will
rise up.
burn down the network.
You brought this on
And then
yourself.
once it's down, I'll take out all of their family members, and then I'll go to their
Systematically.
neighbors.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like this.
I can't wait until it ends.
What if that
I'm
ended
saying
today?
it better not. I hope it doesn't. I don't have that kind of firepower.
No,
Yeah, save
it'll-
up bullets.
it'll probably
Bullets.
never end.
Yeah, word on the street is bullets are pretty expensive, so I'd have to
We
do
got
it
a
with
box of
butter
them, if that
knives.
helps.
Butter knives. Throwing butter knives.
Yeah, you could just get like a slingshot that launches butter knives.
Yeah.
A butter knife could really send a message, though, if you think about it. It's a very dull weapon.
Well, and imagine
a lot
if
to
it
kill
hit you in
'em.
the head.
That would suck.
Fuck that. I don't want to get hit in the head by anything.
I wonder if you
The
could...
boring butter murderer has struck again.
When I was a kid, I was cutting through Korat. I still have a scar on my finger, and man, it bled like a son of a bitch. But it was from a butter knife. It slipped through the thing, cut me wide open, and I was like, I did not think that a butter knife could cut like
It
that.
just still got a serrated edge.
So it could probably cut through like a neck, or at least hit the jugular, right?
Yeah.
How do you know the measurement between the top of the skin
yeah.
to the top of the jugular vein? Do you know what that
Thanks.
measurement is?
I'd say it's probably, 2 centimeters?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
nothing.
I don't
right?
know that, but
$1.02.
let me see.
Buck Bucko fat.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's pretty shallow though, I'd say.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's I always think about like old people's skin and their veins and stuff, which I've lately tried. Well, not lately, but over the course of the last few years, tried to like stop talking, about old people or anybody that. It's definitely age is going to happen to all of us. So when I was a kid, I'm like, look at that old fuck, like can't even bend over, right? And I
Yeah.
know there's going to come a day where I can't.
Can't even use his back.
Yeah.
Look at him.
But maybe that's you have to go through that period. That way, once you do become old, it's like God's get back. He's like,
Yeah.
getting you back for that shit you said.
So if you don't talk shit about old people, you just stay young forever. Kindness is
possibly.
the fountain of youth.
Possibly.
Yeah. Paul
Nobody
Rudd.
know.
Yeah. Nice
Yeah.
guy.
Hell
Looks like
yes.
he's 20.
Yeah, man.
If
Forever.
20 was like a little
50.
older. Yeah.
So, when I
But he looks damn
You
good.
can say 30.
Yeah,
It's
say 30.
my grandmother died, we were just talking about this. She was 55, and this lady, sweet lady, looked like she was old as shit. But I mean, she had a rough life, and like scientifically proven that people back then looked older than we do currently.
Right.
Yeah, she lived through a lot of hardship, man. So she looked like my fucking grandma, right? It looked like she had that old lady walk, the lady laugh, old ways, right? And then I just
give me
seen,
the laugh.
I can't even do it. No.
I'm just joking. I never
That
remember.
explains why she looked the way she did.
And then, but I was looking at Chandler Bing,
Yeah.
old Matthew Perry,
Matthew Perry.
50-5. I was like, other than the fact he did drugs and alcohol and he probably didn't take care of his health that great, he could have looked 10 times better, but he didn't look like a granddad.
No.
He looked like Matthew Perry with some weight on.
Yeah. He definitely doesn't
Couple
look like
wrinkles.
he'd be your grandpa.
No. That's weird. That's
Unless you got a
weird.
cool grandpa.
Yeah, dude.
Cool
yeah.
ass grandpa.
This guy never quit picking up chicks.
And I didn't even watch Friends like I'm sure you did and stuff
Oh, yeah.
when it was on.
Well,
I did here and there,
The
Yeah.
end.
but yeah, but not like I'm gonna watch this all the time. So and then going through it with you, even at one time, like you grow attached to those characters, and it makes you sad. Like I get it now why people get sad when like a famous person dies. Like that
Yeah.
sucks.
Hell yes.
Plus, dude like wrote a book and he was trying to like better his life and other people, and I'm like that sucks. You know,
Yeah.
It sucks to
fucking
lose a
dog
good
shit.
one.
Yeah,
Presumably. I mean, it's not like I know him, but or knew him. I should say.
he seems
No,
alright.
but I mean, based on Instagram, like, I was getting all kinds of suggestions from like celebrities that were posting pictures with him.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, everybody loves Matthew Perry.
Aw.
So that was nice.
So sad.
But I watched Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Matthew
I still
Perry.
haven't watched
boy.
anything in
Very
honor.
good.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking years.
Get to it. You know, it's getting a little late. Think he's in the ground.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
he's cold.
If I do it in 2 years, I say this is for Matthew Perry. Like it's
That'd be pretty
still
nice.
counts. Yeah.
His memory's alive. Friends rules, though.
Yeah, and I didn't
Hate on it
even.
could suck dick.
What'd you say?
Some people that hate on it could suck dick.
People
Yeah.
just hate on everything.
That's true. But
Yeah.
those people could suck dick too.
Yeah, they can.
I wish that I could have. I don't know. Watched it at the time. I'd probably be too attached at that point. But great. I mean, that's always been my favorite character. I fucking love him. I think he is funny. They talk shit about him not being. I'm like, that dude is fucking hilarious.
He's very funny.
Yeah. And I was watching some behind the scenes things, which are fun to watch with that show. Like, watch them on
Yeah.
set, and they'll be like saying the lines, filming and stuff, and they don't like a certain line, and they'll rewrite within like 5 minutes. Like, Matthew gets with the other directors and producers, and then they just come up with the shit. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff was just on the fly. Like, we
Got
don't
that
like this
guff
line.
humor.
Yeah, imagine
Little
that.
guff.
I think that goes back to like what is it when you when you cast members that are like your casting is just on point.
Mm-hmm.
You cast it the person and they're not playing a character, they're really just playing themselves.
Right.
Yeah. That's where casting
I don't
like,
know if
nails
there's a
it.
word for that.
Yeah. Probably not.
I mean, it's just good casting.
Good casting.
Perfect
yeah.
casting.
Perfection.
Yeah.
Perfection.
That would be hard to do. I mean,
Perfection casting. Yeah.
Perfection.
you know,
correction.
like that thing that
Accurate casting.
every time that I've ever done anything where it's
Really
like
good casting.
not pretend, but not like a serious video deal or whatever, and I've had people just step in to like say the lines or whatever. It's always like, because when they don't have any
it's
training,
not
they don't have
giving what I want.
no,
Yeah.
almost never. Like every now and then you'll get oh shit, that was pretty good. That's why in most of our videos, like it's not me talking, it's not you talking, it's just standing there or walking or throwing something in the air, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a fucking actor. Like I don't even know where to
Definitely
start.
not.
Yeah,
No, I
it
feel
sounds too
stupid doing
reedy.
stuff.
You know,
Just believe
reedy.
what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
I'll
fucking
try.
like feel it, live it.
I feel like I gotta say something a shit ton for me to be like, all right,
This is
I
a
am
part of me.
this.
Yeah.
When we did your scene, I mean, we read with each other regularly, and then we said it so many times, like that night. And the further we got into it, the better I felt about it. It felt, normal rather than I'm just in a scene talking to him. Like,
Honestly,
felt
I think
better.
with that, it would be better if the people that were in the scene all got together and read it a million times together. Then you all could fit. You know what I mean? Because me and you read it, and then when you're in it, it's like But this doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, and I'm sure even at the end of it, I still sucked, but it felt better.
Yeah. Improvement was had.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that would be
It's
hard
hard.
to
I
do.
mean, people crap on actors. They're like, "Oh, you're just reading other people's words."
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring it to life.
Yeah, no
stupid.
shit. You cry on cue. Let me see how mad you are right
One
now.
of my
dumb.
motherfucking biggest pet peeves is with musical instruments, it's with acting, it's with anything in the fucking world. More and
God.
even more so with like dudes that watch sports,
Yeah.
right? They'll always get mad or they'll be like, "Oh, you gotta do this and you gotta do that." And then or they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna pick up drum stuff. I could definitely play those stuff," but they don't.
Yeah.
And they never have.
I can do that, but I just don't want to.
Yeah, or they give you like advice on it and shit like that. Most people feel like they can just obtain like anything. And then when they go to do it, it's just straight dog shit,
It's
right?
like, man, that guy, he sucks at drums. Well, why don't you play? Oh, it'll take too much time.
Yeah.
I don't have the time for that.
Exactly.
I can't practice enough. Well, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
and
just
you
enjoy
suck
it.
It's
more.
clearly not as easy as you think it is.
Yeah.
Right. Him sucking probably took a shitload of work to get to sucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he definitely sucks a whole lot less than you would if you picked him up. That's what I always say. You know what I mean? Like, it's just odd to me, right?
We should just always challenge people to when they say something is or someone is bad. Be like, go ahead and do it right now.
Yeah. But
Come
then that's setting the precedent that you can't criticize something unless you could do it better.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just talked about that. I passed something on Instagram, and I love the comments to see like how fucking crazy it gets, how quickly.
Yeah.
And I go to it's this white girl, and she like is talking about trauma, like from the yeah. He's probably the one I read. He's probably the comment. But, and talking about the trauma she went with, like sexual abuse and mental and physical with her family. And then somebody in the comments was immediate, like, "You're a white girl in America. Shut the fuck up."
dude.
And I told Sarah, I said, at what point do we stop going down the line? Like, oh, well, somebody had it harder than you, but you went through a lot. Well, it doesn't matter because somebody had it hard. Somebody always has it hard.
Yeah, no shit.
That's why it's a stupid game to play.
Right.
If there
yeah.
was, oh, go ahead.
No, you get it.
Oh, there is a thing.
I was just gonna say.
Camera. There is something like right after we talked about that happened, and they were talking about the same thing, like a picture of a baby and someone yelling about politics, and they're like, "It's a baby. Like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about?"
Maybe that was a person from the future though, and that baby's gonna grow up to be somebody terrible.
Yeah,
like
they
maybe
knew.
Hitler.
I don't know. It's pretty stupid though.
Yeah, it is. It's
But we
very
did.
Stupid.
I told her, I was like, what? Eventually you get down to, two kids from a war-torn area of a third world country, and just because the one on the left got his arm blown off and the one on the right didn't get his arm blown off, now the one on the right can't complain or he can't, cry about it. I was like, so that's unfair. We're all individual people that have individual experiences that are in our mind either the worst or best that ever happened, right? So
No, everything sucks. It's okay.
this person in the
You guys
comments,
tried to tell us all along.
this person in the comments
Didn't wanna hear it.
really is what it was victim blaming. What it is really what it was. Like, you shouldn't complain. You're the fucking worst. Whatever. It's just but
Everything's fine.
there's a lot of people in the comments like that.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
gonna
but if
cheer
you think
on the
about
mic, huh?
think about the dumb shits that are in the comments most of the time.
Yeah.
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 I said it's just a troll. Someone's just trying to make someone mad.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. I had one good interaction, and because I'm always like wanting to do it, and I'm like, it's not even fucking worth it. And I wrote that it was something about 9/11, and then talking about William Rodriguez. He was,
Anytime he brings up 9/11, it makes me happy.
Oh, I know. It's so often. And but he was in the basement. He was a maintenance worker, worked there for 20 years, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. But somebody in the comments ignorantly was like, "Oh, this is fucking, you can't produce any form of evidence, proof, whatever." And, just shut the fuck up pretty much. And it's funny, I took the time out and I have all these facts and all the news reports from the guy, and I just kept going and going. And I was like, here's all the sources that I'm using, and then there's more, I'll send them to you. And I did.
Yeah.
And the person actually wrote back and was like very grateful and stuff. They weren't ignorant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at first, it's a little bit of an ignorant thing to do. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. Conspiracy theorists.
I mean,
like,
you can't actually change the way people react to you in comments.
Right.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
But, most of the time it's just,
It's a losing battle, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people like on the same little thread there. I was like, hey, both sides are stupid. And all the time, like I get this shit like every few days.
Yeah.
Oh, you're stupid for siding with this person. I'm like, did you read what I said?
You
No.
clearly cannot read.
Yeah.
How did that occur?
I don't know.
That was wild.
Yeah, they just gathered. They
Okay.
got far enough to realize you were on one side that they weren't on, and
Yeah.
they were automatically like, you fucking idiot.
Well, they just want the easy victory.
They're like, if
Yeah.
you don't disagree with
Oh,
who
yeah.
I disagree with, you're fucking wrong.
Absolutely.
I disagree with both of them. You're all wrong.
Motherfuckers. Yeah, it is most time it's a fucking losing battle, but every now and then I'm like, all right, I have genuinely have all the information. I'll go ahead and throw it in here. And I gave them like independent news sources and mainstream news sources and both sides interviews and all that. But every now and then I'll do it, and you have somebody that, they're genuinely excited about
I've gotten
that.
a little better about what I comment on.
Yeah.
Because I found there's like this account that I follow on Instagram. It's like umpire hate or something. You just hate on umpires for being shitty. And it was like a little league game. And there's this kid, he was the
even
catcher.
Amazing.
And like he like reacted a little. He just like threw up his hands and went, it wasn't like a big display. He was just like, ah! Ump was, you're out of here.
Oh my god.
The kid took off his mask and his little chest piece or whatever, and then he like flipped off with like both hands, and they were like, "What would you do if this was your kid?" And I was like, "Well, I'd be loaded already, and I'd heckle the ump with them."
Yeah.
And it was
Yes.
like afterwards we'd go out for a large pizza.
Yeah.
And the response has been fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so surprised
yeah.
that they weren't like, you can't be loaded if a child's around.
Nah, man, it's like I've gotten over 100 likes on it so far. It just doesn't
awesome.
stop. It's like, hell yeah, dude. But then that makes me think, oh, I'm getting appreciation from people that are like, oh, hell yeah, man, he's drinking at his kid's game and flipping off the ump. Let's get it. So it's like, am I an asshole?
Yeah.
Or
No,
maybe.
fuck the
yeah,
ump.
no. I think when that, you got to think about how many parents are just, a part of some fucking like PTA thing, or some other parents, and they're trying to look good, and they all, they just want to tell their kid one time to shut the fuck up, but can't
Yeah.
because, they're all uppity and they have uppity friends,
There's a podcast I listen to, and it's two women, and they're talking shit because they're both parents, and they're talking shit about how their kids were terrible. And I think they might have called him like an asshole or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't read the comments, but they were talking about in the next podcast how much people were going off on them for calling their child an asshole. Like,
Even
I
though
guarantee-
everybody's thought about it.
Yeah, they're like, you can't say that. Yeah, I guarantee your child is as much of an asshole. You just
Maybe
won't
even
say it
more.
out loud.
Yeah, I'd say probably more.
Yeah, because they don't ever bring it to their attention.
Yeah.
It's like when a cat bites a cat, that cat gets irritated and bites the cat back. Now that cat knows biting sucks dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You gotta trap your kid down every now and then,
for sure. Bite them.
Bite him one time.
Just bite that little bitch.
Plus, I mean, if you raise your kid to think that being called an asshole isn't the end of the world,
Oh, yeah.
then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's like, oh, you can't call your kid an asshole. Call him a knucklehead instead.
Oh, okay.
How's about we teach them that being an asshole and a knucklehead are the same thing?
Yeah. And they're both undesirable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as you love your kid, you're fine.
Yeah. Hell yes.
But, it's always easy to yell about other people.
Yeah,
Give him a hug, you little asshole.
that's...
Yeah, you fucking dick.
I would try my best because, unfortunately, and I think more so now, the world is going to fucking drop kick the shit out of you. Especially if you're like well kept and you're like, oh, baby, then here's a pillow for your head that, for whatever. You know what I mean?
Get your own pillow.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
I've seen the reaction of a kid that fell over and hit their head, and the dad laughed and was like, "Oh, yeah, all right, yeah, cool."
Yeah.
And the baby reacted in the same
same
sense.
way.
He laughed. He's like, I fell, but I'm good. And then the other one was like, oh, baby, like that. And the kid didn't even hit his head. They just pretended as if he would have, and he held his head and shit. The baby immediately started crying.
Of course, yeah.
And that's eye-opening. Like, it's how you react to the thing.
Everything is
Very well.
mirroring. That's how
Yeah.
kids learn shit. How you behave.
No.
Yeah.
Let's
That
not call
explains
someone
why y'all
an
are
asshole.
assholes.
For sure.
They're raised by nothing but assholes. No, I love them. Kind of.
Y'all are all right if you're listening.
All right, man. Y'all ready to...
No.
Yes.
No, let's go.
I have a thing.
No.
Uh-oh.
It's in the spirit of
Christmas?
Assholery.
Halloween. All right.
Damn.
So, you know,
both
we like to
wrong.
bring up McCamey Manor, you know, on occasion.
Yeah, man.
The Tennessee Attorney General on X, formerly known as Twitter. I feel like they should just change their name to X, formerly known as Twitter.
They should.
Absolutely. Like
But he
Prince.
said, "Happy Halloween." Today, AG Tennessee sent a letter to McCamey Manor raising serious concerns about its business practices and operating its, quote, extreme haunting attraction. This office continues to prioritize the safety and well-being of Tennesseans. Hashtag Halloween, hashtag Tennessee. Russ McCamey at McCamey Manor said, "Haters gonna hate."
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's so good.
These weird chomos.
Yes.
Okay.
Chomo ass motherfuckers.
So Adam registered to vote, and he has gotten nonstop voting information in the mail. And this one was odd.
Odd. Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
Dear Adam. Okay, it tells you when the election is. When you go to vote this year, consider bringing a child in your life with you to the polls. I say it's getting funny already to me. Whether you bring a young cousin, a family friend, a neighbor, or your own kids to vote, you're showing that you care about their lives today and their futures tomorrow. You can help them create positive memories about voting so that when they're old enough, they will vote too. When they vote, it will remind them of their connection to you. There's also a PS that says essentially the same thing. It summarizes it, but what?
Yeah. I mean, are the stickers they give out not enough?
I know.
Come on now.
Jesus.
It is odd, and she's been registered as long as we've been together and has never gotten a letter telling her to bring a neighbor kid with her to vote.
Not ever.
How weird is that?
Well, maybe you being a criminal and stuff, like it'll teach the kid to vote instead of rob people.
Yeah, maybe.
Just when
Or
you go,
maybe
you
he'll
have
be
to
mad.
say, don't rob people. Vote
Yeah.
instead.
Vote instead. Do they have a sticker for that? 'Cause that kid will need
They
it.
should. Yeah.
And a little bit of therapy. No, but
Give it some time.
it's
They'll
fucking
have
weird.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
are
doubt
you
that.
gonna take a kid to vote with you?
Fuck no. I'm not even gonna go. But fuck this system. Fuck it all.
I am not going to take a child.
If I had a kid, its ears would be bleeding around this time because I would tell him how much I fucking hate this system, and he's product of it now, unwillingly actually. But you're welcome. Came out of my
If you want,
nutsack.
you could take Castiel and you could stand outside of the voting area thing, and tell people why it's stupid to vote.
Yeah, I like it. And I brought a
yeah.
kid with me. Government.
I brought a kid.
Government.
He understands that you guys are stupid. Tell him.
Fuck him.
Dog.
See, you heard it first.
Go.
Oh, shit.
You're not too upset that his first word was dog and not like dad or mom.
I'm upset.
Yeah.
But
You
How does
wanted
do you
it
all
to
say
be cat?
dog that
I wanted
often?
it to be cat.
Yeah.
Oh, he says dog all the time.
No, I'm saying how often do you all say dog
Oh,
in general?
well, yeah, probably a lot. Because she's always fucking up. I'm like, dog?
Yeah.
But he says it sweetly. So,
Dog.
Dog.
yeah. Every once in a while he says cat.
Yeah.
He starts saying go.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly just
But
dog.
not mom and dad. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's like,
you.
Kaka. Mama. Yeah, kind of. I mean, he
Okay.
says it, but
It's
I don't
not
count
like
that.
full
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, and like, do you all say mom and dad to each other? Like,
Every once in a while,
I wonder
they'll say,
how
like,
frequently he
hey,
hears
look
it.
at your bitch mom over there.
Oh shit! What if it came out bitch mom and a little sweet kid
Bitch
voice?
mom.
Great.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Bitch mom. Yeah, you tell her, buddy. But also thank her for your life essence.
Tackies.
Taco time?
Yeah, taco time.
You know, that is fucked up about McCamey Manor is in the sense that, like, it's been, how long have they been open at this point?
I don't know, a while, but
Yeah.
they attack them every year.
Every year.
But I mean,
it seems like it.
It just helps them.
I
Right.
think so too, yeah.
And plus,
that
I'd say their shit's so legally sound.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And I love that about them.
I would hope it's
I feel like
legally
they put a
sound.
lot of money into it.
Jesus.
If not, that could get ugly.
I
Yeah.
feel like they put a lot of money into the legal aspect of it because their paperwork takes, an hour or so to get through.
Yeah.
And you go, and let's face it, you get to read all of that. They read it to you, and then you sign up for it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't, that's
Never.
binding. You can't, you can't fuck around. And you can say stop at any time. Like,
Yeah,
What?
I feel like
sign
I've said it many times before, but I hope they never close.
no, yeah. I feel like that dude's family is in on it too, and I don't think they'll ever close it.
No.
So, yeah, that's good.
It'd be
Good.
open forever.
Keep that shit open until they can sell it to China.
Oh, and
And then
it's
you
over.
let the Chinese come in and just run amok.
Yeah.
Be
All right,
awesome.
Manuel. Manuel. We appreciate you joining us for another episode of the Wildly Uninteresting Podcast. I'm Adam. That's Ian. That's Sarah. Yeah, we appreciate you listening, taking the time out, and like and share. I don't think I've said that in a very long time. Or you could fuck off. I don't know which
Yeah.
way. I don't know to tell you to do it or not.
We need a
because
fuck off button.
psychologically speaking, people are fucking weird. So I guess do whatever you want. It'd be cool though if you liked and shared. And,
It's your world.
yeah, and commented maybe.
Yeah.
Other than that though,
Hey, you know what? I think one episode we should just gather a bunch of knowledge, we'll say, from TikTok, but not tell people.
Yeah.
And then we'll just talk about it as though we've read it from reliable
Reliable
sources.
sources.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay,
Let's
good
do that
times.
shit.
And then if you can tell us which episode it was in the comments, you'll win a cookie.
We'll mail it to you.
Yeah, we'll mail you a cookie.
All right. Thank you again, and thank you all.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Scat, scat.
We're working on building stars. Hollow.
Wildly Uninteresting Podcast.
Are we?
Cast.
Yeah.